All right, let's see. I think yeah, we're live. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Welcome to episode, I believe 695. Yeah, 695 of the Black Brain Trust. A little bit of late night listening, man. Nothing. No, this is like kind of like an open chat. We don't do these often. Matter of fact, I can't remember the last time we did one of these. Been a while. But maybe not that long ago. But sometimes we don't always have to be talking about like crazy shit. Now we were going to do the body language live stream, but I crashed out earlier and then Raul crashed out a little while ago. So we'll table that one for tomorrow because that's gonna be another heavy, heavy, heavy hitter. You know. But no, this is just again, you know, one of those times where we've got kind of like an open thing going on. I don't know. We'll see who comes through. I don't know what's going on in the manosphere nowadays. Not too much anyway. Um, been more focused on this stuff over here and what's going on, and you know. So I heard that I heard that the manosphere was in some magazine or something. Like I don't know, some. It's so weird to me. Yeah, I guess the manosphere was in a magazine, and you know, there's always like the criticisms of the space, as they say, quote unquote, and it's odd, man. The brain trust never gets mentioned nowhere, dude. Like nowhere. we we've all been around for some years, and yet it's as if it's like this platform was never created. We've never done anything with it. It hasn't kind of been the standard or the model. I just find it funny sometimes. Seeking my creator, what's going on, man? Good evening to you. Um, it's it doesn't really matter. We do what we do anyway. Um, but I just always find that interesting. I just it's very very curious. But I mean, I guess kudos to the to the Manosphere for getting in a magazine or something. I thought like the Manosphere also had a magazine. Like I don't know. I'm just trying to see what the big deal is or something. You know, I don't know. Um, I'm excited about like ghost kitchens and all that, and I think those are sort of like the subject matters or topics that I think are more prevalent. You know, and then I think more intellectual dialogue. With regards to the social order of things, relationships, and all that. I think it could be had. I think it could be had a little bit differently, and we've tried to be the model and the standard of that for going on 4 years. April 20th will be 4 years of the Brain Trust. I'm saying we've been around a while, man. 420, might I add. On 420, it'll be 4 years. So salute to us. Yeah, salute to us, right? Um, but no, man. Just kind of circling back on that it was the L magazine. You know, um, yeah, like I said, I find it interesting, like the critiques that they'll have about like the manosphere and stuff, right? And then there's never any sort of like juxtaposed model, i.e., this channel, right? That kind of serves as like maybe the template. No one ever wants to mention that. So again, observations, man. We peep it. We peep it from afar. Or up close even. It's right in our face. You know. Um, but it's cool, man. I think like there's going to be bigger things to come out of this channel than an article mention or something. I think we're on the path to doing something doing something I would say transformative. You know, there's a lot of moving pieces, man, and like I said, 2022 shit's really starting to coalesce now. Really starting to gel and come together. And even with the content, man, it's kind of progressing and moving along with it. Um, yeah. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat. I said I don't know. Maybe it's just like everybody's out partying tonight or something. Maybe everybody's out partying, or there's other live streams cracking or something. I think Art might be live. Yeah. I can't really get into too many of those conversations anymore either. So I try to have conversations here and see if interesting subject matters can be brought about. And in the background, oh wait, I'm totally being rude. Hold on one second. Um, everyone, I just get to talking, man. I don't even welcome people. Hold on one second. There we go. And then I don't know if anybody's there, but anyone who does come in, press. We're gonna do we're gonna do a basic number. We're just gonna put 90. No, just put 9. Press 9 if sound and music is okay. All right, and then let me pin this so everybody can see that. Welcome everyone as you come in. See that makes it more. That makes it better. You welcome everyone. You ask them if everything's sounding cool. You don't just get the blabbering, But I'll wait to get a response to see if everything sounds okay. I see the little bubble around me is moving, so I know my voice is cool. But always got to have a soundtrack going, and I can hear it. I just want to make sure you guys can hear it. Um, so let's see here. Was there anything else I wanted to say about the manosphere mentioned? The manosphere mentioned. Mm, um, well, I think it's well. Actually, let me think about that. I think it is kind of interesting. Off the heels of the average at best um, thing that happened that kind of took the internet by storm or whatever. So I think that whole thing with Seven Granules it kind of pushed social media celebrity into mainstream celebrity, right? I think like for example, there's tons of people that are popular all on social media. I have no clue who these people are. I have no idea. Okay, you don't have an idea until they kind of get put into your face, right? And I think Granules was kind of put he was put into people's face, and I think more and more and more of his stuff got put into people's face, and then what happened was you started more of those people who kind of caught the Seven Granules that caught that bug started filtering down into the other parts of the manosphere where we've always kind of been at, right? And so if you notice now, like in your YouTube feeds and stuff, there's tons of like these content creators, and all of a sudden, dude, they know about the manosphere, and then they they make reaction videos to stuff, right? And then there's like all these new people that kind of blow up, and then you have the what I call like the entertainment tonight of the manosphere, Eduardo Anderson. Like he's good on like, covering it all, right? So he's just like, yo, play by play and da da da. And so yeah, it's kind of like this whole kind of it's coming like a bigger, it's like a more of a bigger hydra or some shit, right? Um, so yeah, people are going to now naturally be curious as to well, what is all this stuff, right? Because there's all these red pill, and then there's these guys, and they're talking about single single mothers, and all this kind of stuff. And it's sort of like they've sort of stumbled upon this thing, which has kind of always been here, but but then they get here, and then they think that this is all it is, right? And then that's the part where I go, okay, so now that you're here, right? So now you think that it's all this bullshit. Great, okay, you think it's all this bullshit. So all right, now over here we've known that we've known about the bullshit, and that was why we separated from the bullshit like almost 4 years ago. So for going on 4 years, there's been an example of anti-bullshit in the manosphere. But everybody likes bullshit. Everybody loves bullshit. Toya, hey, welcome. Hey, this is a late night listening. You're free to join the panel if you like. Um, it's basically like an open chat, like open panel type of thing. You know, um, or anyone for that matter. I don't know. There's like 4 people listening or something. But I'm just kind of rambling, just giving like some observations. Rael and I were supposed to do the body language live stream tonight, but I said we were both kind of. I was tired earlier in the day. He was tuckered out later. We was like, man, look, we'll just schedule it for tomorrow. So, um, outside of that though, I just figured, just do like kind of like an open chatty type of thing because I haven't done one of those in a while. Um, but yeah, our thought was that there could be more of an exemplary uh, there could be more of of an example, let's just say, um, more like more of an example of what manosphere content could be, right? And it's been met with mixed mixed feelings, along the way, but we trudge along, right? We trudge along, and we'll continue to do what we do. Uh, I'm not really too focused on where the rest of the managers are going. Don't really care. We know where we're going. That's the main thing, right? I think it'll go as far as relationships. Well, that topic can take them. Like I always wonder if we woke up tomorrow, right? And let's just say we woke up and for whatever reason, like black men and black women, or they just like black women just stopped tripping. They started loving black men and all this, right? It's dude, like all these dudes that are complaining and shit. It's not as if they're gonna just be like, okay, fuck it, cool, you finally got a clue, right? They're still gonna be all pissed off and shit. So it's kind of like, dude, you could put solutions right in their goddamn face, man. They'll be like, get it out of here, get that out of here, you know. So for me anyway, I have to really be mindful of who I listen to, whose channels I check out, listen to nowadays. Because a lot of it, man, I just feel like, ugh, you guys are blowing my high. You're killing me, Smalls. So let's see. You look forward. Okay. So okay, I look forward to that. All right. Yeah. Now, like I said, this is kind of like an open chat, but I can't be the only one talking. So maybe what I'll do, it might just kind of be like an open thing. I'll let Ugly Beauty play out, right? Mad Lib's Ugly Beauty mix, and I don't know if it doesn't really crack off. I'll just end it there, man. Like 30 minutes, just a little what's up, howdy doozy to everyone. A little late night shout outs and shitty chat. It doesn't have to be a big thing. I guess though, maybe another angle to take on um, that whole sort of L magazine manosphere sort of coverage content thing. Um, I mean, like what? I guess I don't know. I guess to a large degree, maybe a lot of the manosphere was about or is about relationships. We always felt it could be bigger, but maybe there is something to that, man. Maybe a lot of people really just do not. Either they haven't experienced a loving relationship before, or they their experiences show them that that's like a pipe dream, right? And I think that's why there's so much there's so much contention, man. Like obviously people want to get together. If they didn't, they wouldn't be on forums arguing with each other, right? Trying to find common ground, you know. Um, but I mean, one wonders like, okay, is the grievances just a place to have grievances, just to air out your grievances? Is that's what these venues are being used for? Is it just to air out grievances? Because I think with most it is. The reason why you'll hear this is because um, you'll hear a whole lot of people that'll talk about it, but then when they talk about when the solution topic comes up, they'll be like, "Don't look at me, don't look at me." It's like, well, you have a lot to say about it. I would have thought that this is something that's weighed heavily on your mind, and that through a process of logical deduction came up with something, right? And it's never that. It's just always you know this person did this and this problem, and it's just ad nauseum, man. It's just like, oh fuck, whew, it's a bit much, you guys. Especially keep doing it year after year. Shit. And I get it. New people come in, and that's what I mean. I think what this whole sort of this encroaching into mainstream, or did mainstream encroach? Right. Which one happened here? Right. Because most people are on social media anyway. I would say that social media is mainstream to a large extent, dude. Most people are on like Instagram and YouTube, and they're on the social media platforms. They're not on TV. Okay, most people are getting their shit off on social media, not TV. Most people are paying attention to social media, not TV. So, in all honesty, I think I think that like publications like Elle magazine had to actually kind of encroach into like a manosphere space, right? To kind of fish. They really did. I think that's really what happened here. It's not as if the manosphere broke into the. That's bullshit. That's not what happened. That's so not what happened. Like the manosphere didn't break into the mainstream. It's the fucking opposite. Everybody's on social. Okay. Okay. I see that there's 6 people listening, but no one's pressed 9. Okay. Now there's 4 people listening. Can anybody press 9? It sounds okay. Just anybody. Just out of curiosity, because um, you pressing 9 confirms to me that the sound's okay. Otherwise, I could literally just be talking and not know. But I think that sounds okay because Toya just okay. It doesn't even matter. Um, but no, it, Manosphere is mainstream. It's always been. It's gone. It's as mainstream as social media is, because social media is the new mainstream. Yes, yes, social media is the new mainstream, and so there's just another venue of media that was curious about this one. That's all that was, you know. And there's just going to be bigger and wider critiques of it, because I think there was some other chick who put some post on Twitter, and it was the talk of the manager maybe like 2 weeks ago or something. And I looked at it and I was like, big fucking deal. Oh, now we got some 9s. All right, cool. Appreciate it. Um, you know, I was like, well, big fucking deal. I mean, the problem is it's like it's that whole hit dog or holler type of thing, right? So some chick says, oh, Manosphere, they're bad people, and they're colorist, and they're this and they're this and they're that, and right. And some of the main people that are kind of charged with being like the godfathers or whatever, you know, like they they would be the obvious ones that would get pointed out for being guilty of that, right? But then again, isn't that kind of what it was, right? Because I would even hear Obsidian say, "Well, I wanted to be a part of the conversation." So all of this was not for naught. Okay, all of the all the overly sensational live streams, all of the yelling, all of the everything, it was not for naught, right? It was a cry for attention. I don't I don't want to put it like that, but damn, like seriously, man, it was just like all that time just to get just to L magazine says, "Hey, Manosphere," and then you're like, "We made it." Oh, come on, Jesus, really? No, no. I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't see how talking about the same thing over and over and over every year is going to get you far, unless again that's what your whole plan and intent was, and that's what I really do believe with the greater manosphere, which is actually manosphere lesser, because this is 3.0, those are 2.0, so there's a inverse of the numbers there, but yeah, I think the majority of dudes are here for relationships. I think so. I think the majority of them are here for relationship issues. Hmm. That does not mean though that the manosphere is all about that. That's my issue. That's my issue. It's like, oh no no no, the manosphere is much bigger than baby mama talk. It's much bigger. There's more to it than modern woman talk, right? Much more to it than red pill and blue pill and beta and alpha and sigma. Whatever. Oh god. Yo yo, Mike V, what to do, man? So, um, I mean, if anything, man, these are just like observations that I've kind of had over the course of some weeks. Just looking at we're just about 1 month into 2022, right? And so I tend to look at progress on a month to month basis. Okay, what was I doing at the end of last month? Okay, I'm at the end of this month. What am I doing? What am I doing heading into February? What should I be doing at the end of February? Right? Just kind of goals and things that you set, right? Because if you don't have a path of progress, then you'll tend to just kind of stay right where you are and just kind of do the same thing and talk about the same thing and be about the same thing, right? Unless that's your goal. That's what I mean. Maybe I should not be questioning other people's intentions and why they do things. Toya, you said seriously glad that we talk about higher hanging fruit. Um, I find no pleasure in talking about the lower hanging shit. There's, there's I um there's a notion or a thought, right, that uh you know like I said, I'm not one to get out here and be like we are not in that sense. It's like it's a show by doing, right? It's a show by doing type of thing. So what we actually do is we share our knowledge and what we know. Now that is more times than not taken as us being arrogant and cocky and know it all and all this shit, right? When in all actuality, literally, this platform was put here to help, right? An information repository. That's really what the whole point of this shit was. So it's kind of troubling when you know it gets fucked up. When people get it twisted, man. It's like, yo, I think y'all just really purposely being dumb. Now, what we do is like I'm saying, I'll call people stupid for it, right? That's the one thing that we don't apologize for the shit. We don't apologize for it. So it's like, okay, we on some like, okay, you want to be dumb? Be dumb then. You like it? I love it. Shit. I mean, the truth be told, that's what we are, man. Like, we can have conversations about trying to, rehash, the past. Trying to fix the past, trying to reverse engineer problems that can't be reverse engineered. It's wasted convos, man. Like, like I'm be about the new shit. Create something new, something functional, something that works not only for us today, but will work in the future. That just makes more sense to me. And you have to think more intelligently to do that. Like you cannot. I'm sorry. Like, dude, black people, black manosphere, black YouTube, black social media, black Twitter, black Facebook, blackity black, all of you, you're gonna have to make a choice, right? Dope shit or dumb shit. Pick one. Ain't no purgatory, man. Ain't no purgatory with this shit. Like I'm saying, like you're gonna have to pick one. If you're gonna be on some dumb shit, be on some dumb shit. It's a lot of dumb niggas in the manosphere. It's a lot of dumb niggas that do a lot of dumb content. Have at it. But see, don't go over there and then talk the ain't no good black men this or you know all the women are this when there are venues where there are quality people keeping it pushing. Don't do that, especially when you got venues like this that was here before a lot of these bummy ass niggas that come in here talking this dumb shit. We've been established. Don't come in talking that, trying to claim king of the castle. Like, man, get up out of here. Like, yo, cut the dumb shit, man. Like, stop, man. Like, just stop it, man. It's like I love what we do at this channel. I really do. I love what we do at this channel, man. Um, Black Manosphere writ large, though, man, it's a head scratcher. It's a head scratcher sometimes, man. Black men need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do that. Don't even fucking support the channels that educate you on how to do the shit, though. Make that make sense. You know. Once again, just observations. Just some observations. I'm just letting Ugly Beauty play out. Let me see what's going on with the chat. Oh, I got 9 people. You guys, 9 people listening to me talk. No one wants to join though. Okay. Well, we'll throw on some medicine show. How about that? We'll do some medicine show. Okay. I mean, bare minimum. We get some jazzy, get some jazz, some of that real deep jazz going on. You know. Um, sorry, we don't do trap music here. I'm too old for. Well, I told you. Well, I said this on a live stream like a long time ago. Like you should never listen to trap. If you want to listen to trap, what you actually should listen to is drum and bass, because trap music is drum and bass reversed. That's why it's called trap. Mm-hmm. I said that. Yep. Ah. So let's see what else is on the menu here. I think I'm done blabbering about my manosphere observations. Because I haven't done one of those in a while. Where I kind of just observe the landscape and then just say SMH, right? I say it while I actually shake my head. The words have to match with the action, right? You know. But on to other things. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Um, Man, went back and listened to the Ghost Kitchen shit. Damn, we dropped some heavy business modeling yesterday. I hope you guys dug that one and you liked it. Um, I'm saying it's the new wave of creating restaurants, and I really just think it's another business opportunity that's staring us right in the face. There's so much that's staring us right in the face right now. This is, I think, why I'm so hypercritical of the relationship conversation because it's slow moving, whereas um, tech and industry and supply chain and how business is fundamentally functioning is changing rapidly, right? That's changing rapidly. Meanwhile, the relationship conversation is at a slow crawl, snail's pace, right? Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Um, like, okay, they'll talk about high value man and then high earners and this and that. Well, blue collar job and this and that. And then I'm sitting over here like, huh, I wonder if people have really thought about how like this whole C19 thing has sort of changed a lot of things with regards to jobs and careers and stuff like that. Certain things are really starting to become obsolete. Other things are in high demand. And so it's sort of like, okay, well, when you guys are talking about these high value people and then the jobs and then this, where are you finding these people? Just curious. What industries do you guys work in? You kind of wonder. Like I'm saying, like when I hear these conversations, I start asking more questions. And I'm like, okay, well, that was so base, that was so pedestrian, no nuance. And then I start to get to having questions, and then I go, I care too much. And then I'll turn the fucking video clip off. But it's a common thing. And I'm like, dude, shit is moving so rapidly that you guys are still talking about trying to get back to like 80s Cosby era, Cliff and, you know, and Cliff and Claire Huxtable shit. Well, first of all, you're trying to get back to it and you didn't even come from it, right? And how you guys have the conversation suggests to me that you could not maintain the type of home that Cliff and Claire Huxtable had. They knew how to communicate. Maybe go back and watch the shows. Watch how they interacted and, get a clue. You know, like instead of like just because what are people's go to? They go to social media and celebrity and athletes and rappers. They are all their points of references, right? It's never like your neighbor, him and his wife who've been married like fucking 35, 40 years. And you'll see them out gardening together and all this type of stuff. And, they'll be sitting out in this little, they'll have like a little chair and table thing out in the front. And then they just sit there together and talk. And now, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, look, two people who have been married that long and who do that type of shit, they don't have any problems in their relationships. Okay. And I would think that they're probably a much more better example than Megan Good and her pastor ex-husband, or Cardi B and a dude that's named his name's Offset. Offset is actually a term in motorsport. It's how you set your wheel dynamics up. It's like this. It's called offset. I don't know if that's where he got his name from. I've always been curious to that. But Right. Anyway, but there you go. You want to be like Cardi B, or how about Russell and Sierra? Right. Right. She, because that's isn't that every baby mama's wet dream? Um, you know, to have a quarterback, NFL quarterback, Super Bowl winning um, stepdaddy to the baby that you had, just some nigga who got a gang of kids. And these are the examples that people put out here. It boggles my fucking mind. Oh my god, like it's giving me a headache just thinking about it now. I'm like, what? Why don't you actually look at the proper example instead of the exception to the rule? The proper example is the rule. You're like, no, fuck that. Look at the exception. Can't we all be exceptions? Oh, no, no, you can't. No, we all cannot be exceptions, okay? We can strive to be exceptional, but maybe we want to do things by the rule to do that. There's just exceptions to the rule. That's not the standard though. It's making my head hurt. Yeah. Um I mean, yeah. So, I don't know, man. I look at my neighbors, man. Some of my neighbors and stuff. I look at, they have like get-togethers at their house, and then their kids, and then their kids are all over there and shit. And they're all chilling. They're just chilling, man. You know, I've never, not from, like I said, just my observation from what I can tell. I don't know if things like hypergamy and options, and I don't know if all of that type of shit ever came into the picture when I look at like the type of shit my neighbors have built. I think what they did was they got together and said, "Hey, we're gonna build a great life for ourselves and our children," and they just went about doing it, and then that was that, and that's pretty simple, huh? Yeah. hmm Only until you start listening to celebrities and their fucking exceptions to the rule in social media do you start getting very basic concepts like human interaction all fucked up. Ugh. Okay. If you leave it up to me to just ramble and talk by myself, then I'm literally just going to like dig into my brain and say, what have you observed over the last week or so? And then I'm just going to ramble about it. But I can only ramble by myself, but for so long. How long has this thing been going on? I'm going to have 40 minutes. Folks, I can't talk. I'm not like all these other guys who can just do this shit like that. I only got so much. So we'll do this. I'll give it like 5 more minutes, right? I'll give it 5 more minutes. So we get up to like 45 minutes, right? We get up to 45 minutes, and then if nothing happens there, then we'll go ahead and shut it down. That means it would have been a cool 45-minute ramble, some observations and thoughts. You know, nothing specifically reflective of the brain trust writ large, because there's a lot of brothers here, but I think we all share the same sentiments. That I express. Mainly that you know when you hear about critiques of the manosphere, right? The only time the brain trust is brought up, the only time it's brought up is when there's been like heavy criticisms, right? And like O'Shea was like, he was like famous for this shit. Like he would totally shit on us. He would totally shit on us on all his live streams. This dude like fucking told us we were responsible for people coming into the Black Manosphere doxing. Dude, he said all this shit, right? But as soon as the heat would come for his ass, we've got brothers like the Black Brain Trust in this space, right? I'm like, oh, we're your shield. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we've been. We've been people's shield where the motherfuckers people poach their shit from in the clouds. We're the motherfuckers that people talk about but don't say by name, right? You know. So it is convenient, Toya, isn't it? Going on 4 years of this shit. You gotta understand, we were basically for most intents and purposes, we don't I don't want to say we were run off of BGS's platform, but it was like when we went with the blockchain, when we went with the geopolitics, the business, when we broke the live streams, when we had his live streams going where it was like first hour we talk about this, then talk about this, then talk about that, and then we had the panel and there was structure and everything. A lot of people didn't like this shit. They were like, man, get the fuck out of here. We want to talk about these bitches. So we said, all right, we'll bounce. Oh, we'll bounce. So we bounced and we came here. Yeah. So it's been going on 4 years, right? Doing this 4 years going. You know, how many people do you guys see share Brain Trust content? Never. Never. I mean, and I'm not asking them to. I'm asking you guys, when do you ever see these things? Like never. So, just like I said, man, thoughts and observations. Now I guess mainstream media has its eyes on the manosphere, right? I guess. Sure. Sure. They won't touch this fucking channel with a 10-foot pole. I guarantee it. Yeah. Look, know what happens. Like once a channel like this becomes the standard, everything else becomes a moot point. So we can't have that now, can we? I'm telling you, this channel has been at 4,000 between 4,160 and 4,170 subscribers for over a year. Explain that, like, dude, that doesn't even. It kind of doesn't make sense from an algorithm standpoint, given that we the type of content we do and the duration of it. It and the subject matters and stuff. It should like strike more algorithms, and we should like literally see like small little upticks in subs, right? We don't. It literally will go up to 4170, then down below it, and then back up and then down below it. I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't we get any more subs? Like everybody else would just come in and then they're like, oh yo, I just made 1,000 subs. And then it's like, yo, I just made 2,000. Oh shit, I'm at 4,000. I'm like, how the fuck are you guys getting so? Like, how are you guys doing this? Like, what? What are we doing wrong? Or right? Maybe. I don't know. Oh boy, doesn't matter at the end of the day. Again, these are just questions. I literally do observe this shit and I try to sort it and figure it out, just for my own understanding. But so let's see here. Let's see what's in the chat. You say, can't believe there isn't more people here. I mean, unless there's other live streams going on that I don't know about. I mean, that could be true, man. I don't know. Maybe, like again, I'm trying to crack the nugget here. I'm like, okay, dude, are we just this highbrow? Like, seriously, are we this highbrow? Like, are we literally this fucking elitist? Not that we're trying to be, but no, it's a serious question now. Is that the case? You're the chosen one. Keep going. Who, me? Ugh. Yogami said, from my observation, the people you want to help, especially when they are many, are the ones who would drain your energy. They would test your patience and dedication. This is very true, Giogami. This is the reason why what we do is we basically put the content, we make it, curate it, put it up here, and then you take it. All right, Toya, you have a good night there, lady. Um, yeah. So what you do is you make it available, you curate it, you put it together, and then you put it there, right? You just put it there, and it's there for people to consume. Now, our whole thing is if you say that that's what's needed, and you know that there's a source for it, utilize it. If you know there's other people that could benefit from it, share it. That's why we've never taken money from people. That's why we've never taken money from people. That's why there is no super chat button. There's no Cash App. There's no PayPal. No Zelle. No, none of that shit. The value is in you doing something with the information we're giving, or sharing it and giving it to somebody who might want to. That's why we're not trying to drain ourselves with this. And hell no, it's draining. I'm an introvert, man. It's draining enough just to do a damn live stream. I'm sitting in my room by myself, and sometimes I feel drained. So I'm not going to get out and be a crusader for justice out in the streets like that. But doing this, we figure we can reach a lot. We can reach a lot more people. If number one, the information is pertinent, it's important, so it should be shared. And if it can put us in a better situation, then I think there should be less complaining and more sharing of the information, right? Or am I being too logic? You said there's a live stream going on, art new styles. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, hey, shout out to art. It's just like those are conversations that I don't really have much. I can't put much into them. So you know, and then there's not a whole lot for me to take out of them oftentimes. So, and I don't mean that like with his channel per se. I'm saying like if the topic is say like black culture, right? 10 times out of 10, I'm gonna hear shit that I've already heard about black culture, right? And 10 times out of 10, what I won't hear is terraforming black culture and making it something new, i.e., like taking the Afrofuturism approach to it. Whole new set of tenets, whole new thought processes, modality, diet, music, art, science, technology, all that shit. Like, see, if you ask me, I'm 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 giving you a whole palette of something that's going to be completely different than what traditional black culture does today. That's going to be my answer, but that's not an answer that a lot of people want to explore. They're problem focused. They want to just look at the problem and be like, well, how do we fix it? I'm like, you don't. Just make some new shit. Leave the problem right there. Uh oh. And we've got a trizzle. There you go. So you learned to me from Rael. Yeah, man. Rael, Rael and I, we've been collabing for a good minute. In the Manosphere, a couple of years now. From the Brain Trust to when I started doing the Sapio stuff on my channel to then bringing it over here, and now he and I co-hosting it. Yeah. So, Raul got a lot in his back pocket, man. A lot of cats don't know like how deep that dude really is. Well, here, I definitely can't do like an hour. I'm talking by myself, man.
Go ahead.
Um,
You can say it.
because yeah, I'll literally just start running out of shit. I'm starting to run out of shit. So let me do this. I'm gonna step away for a quick sec. Just get some of this yesterday's new content playing in the background. I'll be right back, and yeah, we'll probably just shut it down. So give me a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I was just went to go check on my little one. You said you indeed need to renovate the culture through a proper tradition, which will affect the economy, the mass psychology, the re-education of children. Yeah. Oh no, no doubt. Now, you know, as a Gen Xer, I'm of the hip hop generation, and um, I would say this: um, you can say what you want about hip hop now. I mean, it's fully become an industry, right? That's owned by multinational corporations, right? So, but before it became that, it was a culture that Ado's black man created, right? See, so we already have real world examples in our time of us building culture. Now, what you do with it is a whole other conversation, right? What can we take away from hip hop? You need to own your culture all the way on down to the intellectual property, okay? That's the takeaway from hip hop culture. Then own it. That's why you're subjected to it and you don't wield it, right? That's why what you created became a monster, and now the monster is the cause of your problems, right? We always hear hip hop culture. Hip hop culture is the problem. Blah, 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 blah. Man, get the fuck out of here. No, it's not. It's niggas. It's niggas. It's your nigga attitude. It's your nigga culture proclivities, right? Dysfunction, all that shit. That's what it is, man. You said STEM should be a part of our global dynamics. Well, it's all the world is going fourth industrial based. You pretty if everything is STEM, okay? Like everybody walking around with something STEM related on them or in their hand right now, right? So it's already a part of it. The thing is to be educated into it to the point where you master it and then you wield it, and that's what we're on. That's why we push having tech startups, turning black communities, certain parts of them, into tech hubs, right? This is where we push, terraforming commercial real estate with, we were just talking about it yesterday, like turning these types of things into different institutions, like in indoor growing in greenhouse environments and all that type of stuff. So there's close to 4 years of us pushing that message here. The thing is that people was telling us we was crazy when we was telling them about blockchain black back on BGS's platform. When we was telling them about UBI, right, which became your stimulus of last year, right? Universal basic income. when we was telling them about cryptocurrencies, when we was telling them about all this stuff about 5 years ago, everybody was like we were crazy. Now when you fast forward, guess what? No one wants to admit we were right. That's why no one there's so many people that run around here talking about crypto gang and all this shit. It's like, dude, I don't remember these guys 5 years ago. Where were they? You got dating coaches that have crypto courses now. Like, what? No, I'm not knocking the hustle or pocket watch. I'm just saying. We hung our hats on this the whole time, man. It's just like, but everybody else, you just kind of be free to switch your change whenever, right? No consistency. And another bot. See, I remember a friend of mine back in university. He began in law school, learned about Cheikh Anta Diop and past history, and switched to science the next semester, saying we lacked in those fields. Absolutely. I mean, law is always good, but in terms of the science and tech fields, I mean, uh, there's so much open right now with regards to all of these various industries. There's so much available that it's almost as if it's like because there's such a preoccupation with like relationships and you know dysfunctional issues that people could solve on their own if they just grew the fuck up and like um dealt with whatever issues that causes their dysfunction, right? The sooner that you can do that, then the sooner you can get to some next shit, you know. But you can't move on to STEM and picking up like all that stuff we were talking yesterday with the ghost kitchens and all that. Man, you got to be in a different headspace to be rocking with that type of shit for the most part. To even see like the viability, the opportunity in it, and all that. You have to be thinking differently, man. I don't think people writ large, on average, I don't think they're thinking properly to understand what type of opportunities are on the table right now with this fourth industrial revolution. And I'm not saying go all in on the damn metaverse. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying like things like ghost kitchens. People eat food every day. That's a need that people have, right? How can we leverage technology to address things like food deserts and access to food, different types of food, better quality food. That okay, now that's where we have to use our brains. We don't just throw it up in the sky and say, yeah, that should happen. No, we got to apply it. We have to do it. That's us. We do it. Okay. And if you take on that task of doing it, you can't let people who have never tried talk you out of it. You can't let people who basically checked out before this time tell you can't do shit. Yeah, Mike, essential services. Like like because if you know by doing, and if you do it, you know it. So if you know it, then you got to show it. You can't let motherfuckers who don't know nothing talk you out of shit, man. It's like you almost have to be forceful with your knowledge. In the face of those who challenge you and have a lack thereof or not a true understanding. They should call sometimes they should call it boys to manosphere. For real, man. Like, yeah. Well, look, it's an hour, man. I don't rock the hour solo. I'm tapped out. You know, it's one of those nights. It's all good. Really, I guess maybe this one was just to kind of get out just some general manosphere observations and kind of check the temperature of this channel. Um, I said like Rod had to tap out, man. It was a long day for both of us and shit, man. We work different at different times, so we always have to kind of plan to link up on these live streams. Giogami said what the Black Patriots is doing is vital and something I thought all Black people should be doing. Have someone present in each industry to alert the community to make them respond properly. Um, you can put the call out, man. It's whether people respond, right? And what I'm not going to do is go around shaking people by the shoulder, like, "Hey, don't you hear the alarm? Don't you hear the alarm we're ringing?" Hell no, ain't doing that. Nah, man. I mean, I got a life. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got lives, man. We still regular cats at the end of the day, man. We still hip hop dudes. I'm a father. You know, hey man, and Don, hey, I appreciate you for rolling through, man, and checking us out because that's all we ask. You know, that's all we ask, man. Is that like, yo, if cats is bothering to take the time to really um, try to educate our folks and get us in a different place in a different space, then damn, bare minimum, give it a listen, give it a share, give it a like, man. We don't even be hitting you off. We wouldn't be hitting your pockets. You know what I'm saying? We don't even hit your pockets, man. We don't ask for money. So the East and South Asians do it wherever they are throughout their respective diasporas. I mean, it's just the way you move. It's just the way you move. Like in my neighborhood, I have a lot of Sikh folks that live here, and it's amazing how they come here and just set up shop. Well, it's not even amazing. It makes sense. It totally makes sense how they do it. I just watch them do it over and over and over and over and over. Next thing you know, they're about 35 to 40% of the community around here. Just about. Not about 30%. Just about a third of the people around here are Sikh. So I mean, there's a method to the madness. It's just women, 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 right? And and then whatever the women are saying, right? That has them out there just being buck wild and shit. Yeah. So yeah, black, yeah, yeah, black folks just there you go, there you go, right there. But hopefully, one of these days, man, a lot of this content will filter out and make its way into other algorithms, man. Hopefully. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Uh, I think this is a new record for me. A whole hour and 4 minutes, solo dolo. Yay me. Now I am planning to do. I guess see what's up with my daughter in the morning. I want to do a car talk, man. I haven't done one in a minute, but I want to talk whips, man. We haven't talked whips in a while. So the plan here is to do a car talk tomorrow, and then maybe Ryle and I will circle back around tomorrow night to do the body language live stream. I'll tap in with them, see what's good. All right, folks. Hit the like button, share it, tell your folks about the Brain Trust. Maybe if it's folks that fuck with this, man. Like if it's folks that fuck with us, man. Yeah, spread the word. You know what I'm saying? And with that, you guys have a good evening. Peace.